What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the longest reigning world champion currently in the sport of boxing, featherweight, WBC, superstar, world champion boxer, Mr. Gary Russell Jr., has a message and responds to undefeated WBC lightweight superstar world champion boxer, Devin the Dream Haney. But Devin Haney stated that he sent Gary Russell the $1.5 million contract with no stipulations that he asked for. What's taking so long for you to sign the contract and so we could get this fight on the way? Gary Russell has responded. He said there's no capping involved. He says, I'm going to sign the contract. I sent it over just so in case I beat you, I get the rematch on a platform of choice, of my choice, not your choice, right? So we could do it wherever we want. Now, that sounds like Gary Russell, obviously, when sent the contract, he stated that for sure, Devin Haney and Bill Haney and DAZN and Eddie Hearn, they sent the contract over. He said he wanted that to be known, that they definitely did send the contract over. That's a fact. He said he looked it over. He had his lawyers look it over and his team, and they just had one, stipulation that they wanted to put in the contract, and that's the fact that if he wins, that being Gary Russell, in a rematch clause, that the rematch would take place on a platform of his choice, seeing as though he would then be the A side and he would then be the WBC lightweight world champion boxer, right? So that's only fair that he gets to pick what platform and what network is on the rematch is on, seeing as though at that point in time, should he be victorious, he would be the A side, right? So he says that's the only stipulation that he's asking for, the only demand outside of the original demand, right? He also stated that he hopes, he says, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Ain't no capping over here. I'm going to sign the contract. We going to make it happen. It's going down. He says, but I don't think you know what you got yourself into. And I hope that former 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, undefeated, the man known as Money, Floyd Money Mayweather, decides to train you for this fight so I could essentially knock off two birds with one stone. He says that way, when I whip you, it's like I'm whipping him too, since I can't get him in the ring. So he calls out Floyd Mayweather. We know that he stated in the past when he was calling out 2-division world champion and currently WBA lightweight world champion Gervonta Tank Davis, who has a mega fight coming up October 17th with 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Leo Santa Cruz, who Gary Russell also has a history and was looking to fight. But when he was calling out Gervonta Tank Davis per se, Floyd Mayweather, he stated, called him and said, I don't like how you are calling out my fighter. I don't like your approach to my fighter. He said that Floyd Mayweather announced himself by saying, yeah, this is Floyd Mayweather. This is the real Floyd Mayweather. I didn't want to respond to you via social media, so I want to call you directly. And I'm not, I don't like, how you handling this situation with my fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis. So Gary Russell said that he had to inform Floyd Mayweather, listen here, I'm a grown man at the end of the day, and there's no way you're going to talk to me like that. You ain't checking me. I could do as I so choose, and I could move as I so choose, right? So now he's saying that he hopes that Floyd Mayweather decides to train him. Obviously, we saw footage of Devin Haney training at Floyd Mayweather's gym, which is he's been doing since he was a young child. He's trained with Floyd Sr., he's trained with Roger, he's trained with Jeff, and now we saw him footage a couple months back with him training for a few days with Floyd Mayweather himself. Pad work, mid work, bad work, just tips. Floyd Mayweather is just showing them the, giving them tips and showing them the ropes, right? And so now Gary Russell Jr. is saying that I hope that he decides to train you full time for this fight. So that way, like I said, it's like, being able to knock off two birds with one stone. He says, because I want to whip Floyd Mayweather as well. But since that ain't going to happen, as long as he's the trainer, I get to do, involve both of y'all and you don't know what you got yourself into, you're not going to know till the night of the fight. This is a mega fight. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see how it plays out. And this is great for the legacy, the beginning legacy of Devin Haney, who's only 21 years of age. And this is great for the legacy overall of Gary Russell Jr. because this is another division that he will become a world champion should he be victorious. And for Devin Haney, this is a huge name for Devin Haney. We see Teofimo Lopez, undefeated IBF lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, taking on 3-division world champion, currently the unified lightweight world champion, Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. They're fighting October 17th. Right? Yeah, October 17th. So Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting October 24th. And Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez is fighting the 17th. Excuse me, I stand corrected. I think earlier I said that Vasil Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez was fighting on the 24th, and Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz was fighting on the 17th. It's reversed. So with that said, this is a huge fight, Devin Haney. He couldn't get it seemed like he wasn't able to secure and nail down a huge name. He's looking to, make a statement. He's looking to prove all the doubters that believe he's not the blue chip prospect that a lot of us perceive him to be. I personally perceive him to be. He's looking to prove that he's not overrated. He is, what a lot of people believe he is. And he's looking to, solidify that. And the only way he could do so is by getting a big name in the ring. Gary Russell is one of the biggest names he could possibly get in the ring. Gary Russell has been looking to rectify the situation with Vasil Lomachenko since taking that loss years ago. And he's been, fighting the toughest opponents out there. And he looked to get Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares, Carl Frampton, these guys in the ring, and they just wouldn't obey. They wouldn't get in the ring with him. So he started calling out any and everybody. He's every day. The most precious thing you have is your time, and every day he's getting older, so he's looking to, start to make a statement, and he's looking to, rectify the situation with Lomachenko. He wanted that rematch, so now he's trying to get the biggest names he possibly can, and that's why he was relentlessly calling out Gervonta Tank Davis, and Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather said that he's not a big sell, he's not a big draw, and he's too small in stature, right? So that's frustrating on the part of Gary Russell Jr. That's also frustrating on the part of the fans. And so he feels like Floyd Mayweather tried to call him to check him, and he didn't, take too kind to that. And so now he's hoping that Floyd Mayweather trains Devin Haney so that way he can knock off 2 birds with 1 stone. Unfortunately for Mr. Gary Russell Jr., we will have another former world champion training Devin the Dream Haney, and he goes by the name of Mickey Bay. So it will not be Floyd Money Mayweather for this fight. It will be indeed Mickey Bay. So with that said, it's looking like the date for this fight is going to take place December 26th or maybe slightly later. Who knows? But the date that they're currently discussing and is being reported that they're looking to target is December 26th. So I absolutely can't wait. I personally believe that this is going to be a high-level chess match, right? Gary Russell doesn't believe so, and obviously Devin the Dream Haney doesn't believe so. He believes that Gary Russell Jr. doesn't even truly want this fight. He believes he's just all cap right now. He believes he's, just trying to make noise and bring attention to himself. And Gary Russell was saying that the contract will be signed and will be, sent back. He just wanted this little nuance, little detail in there that should he be victorious and become the world champion in the A side at 135, because he's the world champion at featherweight 126. But should he jump up 2 weight classes, beat Devin Haney, become world champion at 135, that he wants to make sure he's the A side now, he's the champion, and he wants to have control as far as what network and location that the rematch takes place. They both want the rematch clause, so he just wants this little stipulation, and that's fair. Because he's a world champion right now. He is a challenger going up to 135, but overall, he is a world champion. He's the longest reigning champion, so it's only fair to him that he gets a rematch clause and he becomes the A side, and he has some say at what network and what platform the rematch takes place on. You know, I come to your backyard to fight you, and should I be victorious, you come to my backyard and fight me. It's only fair, right? It's just like any other sport, this is how it goes. You know, you get home court advantage, or NBA playoffs, you look at it, you know, 2 games at your house, 2 games at mine. You understand? So this is just, I believe it's just, fairness. I don't believe it's cap. I think that they both want this fight, and I think that we're going to get it, and I think they're going to make it happen. So as far as Floyd Mayweather goes and his involvement, I don't believe he have too much involvement, if any, in Devin Haney. I'm sure he'll give him tips. He'll give him, if Devin Haney seeks it out, he'll give him advice, and things to avoid, help him. Of course he will. But as far as being a trainer in his corner for Gary Russell to affect Floyd Mayweather directly, that's not going to happen. It will be Mickey Bay. So that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.